like I can criticise him, is they call him runaround, as I say, because he goes so quick. But sometimes he's too quick for his own good. Like a little bit more thought needed to go into that last shot. This is... Sorry, Paul. This is not very easy with Rob anyway. Right, we're trying to take this one in the middle, cannon in the red off the cushion. Let's see if he can get through to it. I think he can, yeah. Oh, he's missed it. Then I think he's left his ump round as well. Is this nerves we're seeing already from the beginning from Rob?
I don't think it's nerves, Pat. I think it's just the opening salvo, you know, settling down. He's not had many shots yet.
Well, this is the thing what I said about Andy. Let's see if he gets this black first anyway. Yeah, he's cueing well.
A terrific black from Andy Croasdale to the bottom right-hand pocket. Andy Croasdale leads Rob McKenna by 2 frames to 0. Okay, we have 3 and 3 here at the Victoria Stadium. Rob McKenna breaks off. And he's unlucky again, nothing has gone down.
Right, I can't see him taking anything but yellows. Then again, I'm just looking at it now, hold on. The only problem is if he takes reds, he's got that red near the black, which he'll have to disturb. You can leave the angle. That's unbelievable. That's not a bad shot what he's played there. It's just jumped out of the pocket. The problem with some of these pool tables is with the new pool table is that the rubber at the back is new. And what they tend to do is when you hit them, they spin off the back of the pocket and shoot out, as you've just seen.
Okay, Pat, Rob McKenna has got a good chance here on yellows.
Well, this is what I thought Andy would have took, was the yellows myself. I thought that was the easiest option. Rob's got a big problem with the black again. It's the same as when Andy went for the reds, he had to disturb that red and black. Same as now with Rob, he needs to get that black disturbed. He's got away with murder there. Should have gone enough.
Having said that, Pat has now left him in a good position to run out. Certainly run up to the black.
No, that's a great shot he's played there. Right, I'll take this one into the middle. The one on the bottom right, Cush, running through. I can't believe what he's doing. You can see I obviously played this game. I just don't think Rob's head's right at the moment. I think this is the longest I've ever seen Andy take over a shot.
I think he's just planning which way to go. He's not looking at one ball, Pat. He's obviously looking at the table. Now every ball seems to be sitting nice and easy in the open. Well, there's not much work to do with the white ball on any of these shots, Pat.
Yeah, it should be easy this now, Paul. Just drop-ins. The one thing I do see with Andy sometimes is he's a bit erratic. And he misses balls which you wouldn't think was possible from a player of his standard. Well, I don't think he's going to miss these. He's playing very comfortably. think Rob needs to get his head on here, otherwise he's going to get slaughtered.
Right, Andy Croasdale takes the black into the top left-hand pocket and goes into a 3-0 lead. Right, we're into frame 4 of the semi-final, and it's Andy Croasdale to break off. And it's an open table. Rob McKenna addresses the table. Studying the options. Will it be red? Will it be yellow?
Whatever ones he takes is going to be hard if he's going for the clearance. And that's the only thing that goes through Rob's head. These two, just unbelievable parting wise.
Yes, Pat, he's nominated the reds.
You can see that with runs of the balls. On a different day, if he was 4-0 up or 3-0 up, whatever, them balls would have come out nice. It always seems to happen to you when you're losing. As you were saying earlier, Paul, these two lads are like two of the quickest around. They've just become the European speed pool team champions with a 4-man team, which consisted of young Andy there and Rob McKenna, another fella from Scotland called Ross McInnes, and I just can't seem to remember who the other player was.
I think it's a little tubby Irishman who currently lives in London, Pat. I can't quite catch his name at the moment.
I know he's one of the best players around anyway. I'm sure. Can you help me with his name, Paul?
I believe it is something in the chat. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, thanks very much, Paul. Yeah, as saying there, we've just become European speed pool champions, and these two lads are going to show you why. Right, the only shot I can see he's going to play in there is play this red in off the yellow into the middle bag.
And I think he might look to move the black a touch, Pat.
Well, the angle he's got, he could run through to take the black into the middle. Yeah, he's been a bit unlucky there. I still fancy him getting this. Yeah, that's a great shot.
Oh, fantastic cut on the black by Rob McKenna. And he pulls the score back to 3-1 in favour of Andy Croasdale. We move into frame 5, and Rob McKenna breaks off and dumps a yellow, and unfortunately the cue ball into the bag. Referee Andrew Felici hands the cue ball to Andy Croasdale. Andy's got one free shot, he's got one visit, and he can pot any ball on the table except the black. He can also hit the black without penalty on his first shot. Pat, as an experienced professional, what would you take from this?
Yellows.
Yellows. Would you use the red to pot the yellow first on your free shot?
He just made that up for me.
Your best prediction all night, Pat.
You can see I played the game a bit then, Paul.
Okay, Andy Croasdale on yellows. He's looking to run out at his first opportunity. Can you see any problems here, Pat?
The only problem I can see is the yellow which is touching the red. I'm not sure whether he can get through to pot that. See, the yellow does go in the opposite pocket, but it's whether he can get on it. And he's having a look at it now. That's very tight anyway. Yeah, he's come. That's the best way to do it. I think we're looking like 4-1 here now, Paul.
Certainly well within the capabilities of Andrew Croasdale.
The one thing I've been impressed with at the beginning of this game now is with Andy, is, as I say, his nickname is Runaround, and he's been studying his shots. I.e., that means you're making less mistakes. Normally he's flying around to the table, it's acceptable to making mistakes, but he's taking his time in every shot, which I'm very impressed with. I thought he'd be very nervous now being on the telly, but obviously not. That's another good shot. Perfect position.
Yes, perfect position on the black, which presents Andy Croasdale no problem. He moves into a 4-1 lead here in the semi-final of the European Professional Championships. This is frame 6. Andy Croasdale breaks off.
You can just see the power of the brakes. That's the big difference as well with these new rules. Is the brake means so much, but you can see as a pub player braking and a professional braking, this young lad's got plenty of strength.
Yes, he's done 3 balls off the break, but he's missed a little tap into the middle. Presents Rob McKenna an opportunity.
Right, Rob's got one problem ball here, which is on the left rail. It all depends now whether that yellow could go in off, if the red could go in off the yellow, which is over the middle pocket. If it doesn't, I can see that Rob will probably try and disturb it. If he needs to, he's got the angle to do it now. No, he's tried to. He's been unlucky there. He just never had enough side on that.
Now he's left himself an awkward bridging position. He has got the plant.
No, he'll be taking that straight down the bottom pole. Well, he's had to swerve that. All right, Andy, big shot in there. Double into the middle. Has he got the treble? Oh, I thought he was going to get the float there. This is what I was saying earlier on about Andy being erratic. He hasn't had a look around there at all. He's just struck straight in. Right, I'm going for the double. He's just seen Rob there. He's trying to knock that dead red off the cushion again and missed it. I think he'll need to try and get on it now. Right. Yeah, he's played a lovely shot now. Right, this pot now for the frame.
Yes, it's an excellent shot along the rail by Rob McKenna.
What you see now is he'll lead. He's probably stun it to leave an angle to get off his last red onto the black. Yeah, he's left the angle. That's a great clearance.
Yeah, it's a great finish from Rob McKenna. He pulls the frame back. The scores now Andy Croasdale 4, Rob McKenna 2. Rob, he's a pool club owner in Cardiff. So eager now, he's got a frame on, another frame on the board.
He's not even giving the ref time to set the balls up.
Okay, frame 7 underway. And again, Rob McKenna fails to pot the ball from the break.
All right, well, let's see how long Andy takes now, thinking about this shot. I was a bit surprised the last one, when he just got down very quick to take that double on. No, he's having to think about it. This is what I've said to Andy all along, is he just needs to, like, now and again, just take his time. You don't want to take this fastness out of him, because that's how his confidence builds. But there's some shots he needs to take his time.
And he nominated the yellows and potted a fine long yellow into the top right-hand corner pocket.
All right, he needs to... The black's a problem ball. As I was just about to say there, he needs to disturb the black. Which I thought he'd try and do now.
Yes, he played that last shot with far too much right-hand side.
See, they're a big problem, them two balls on the rail on the right-hand top pocket, near the right-hand top pocket. He's having a look at them now. See wherever the plant goes. This would be a great shot if he gets it. Well, he's overhit that. That's one of the hardest pull shots, is the plant. But the way the balls are situated, I'll still make him a strong favourite in this frame. It all depends now on Rob. Rob needs to disturb. If he's going to go game, he needs to disturb over there where the two reds are near the black. I think he's trying there. Deep screw now. That's a great shot.
Yes, that's come out perfect, Pat.
He's just having a quick look now to see if the black passes. That's confidence for you. Still got 6 reds to go and he's looking at the black. Maybe not as confident as he should have been. Right. Can't see a problem here for Andy. He's got off to a great start, and as I was saying before, once the boy gets in front, it's very hard to stop him. He's such a, like, he is what we call in pool, like a confidence player. Hold on, where's that white going? This is what I was talking about earlier on, about him being so erratic. All he had to do was just take his time there. That's just incredible, Paul.
Yes, you would never expect Andy to miss that yellow, even though he was snookered. It was a basic one cushion escape. Ron McKenna surveying the table, deciding whether to play the white from the jaws, which is probably highly unlikely from their Pat, or to put the white into the D.
I would have thought he'll have it in the D. Oh. I think this is what Rob could have needed, is something like this. It hasn't been planned as well as I expected. These are still not easy.
Yes, and you wouldn't expect Rob McKenna to be nervous on television. He's probably been on television more than most professionals, Pat. We know he's a double world champion.
All depends on the day, Paul. You can see he's all over the place. His arms are just all over the place. I'm just trying to see if he's fluked the snooker. I don't think he has now. Yeah, that's a great shot. That's another chance what Andy shouldn't have got, but Rob's just handed it to him back on the plate.
Yes, and Andy Croasdale pots the black off Rob McKenna's red ball and moves into a 5 frames to 2 lead. Frame 9, Rob McKenna breaks. And for the first time in this match, Rob McKenna manages to pot a ball from the break. In fact, he's potted 1 yellow and 1 red ball.
There's a great chance for Rob here. Rob was dead and buried. Now he just must, well, he should start flowing now. I think Andy will come under the cosh now after them last 2 frames. As you were saying earlier, Paul, about the experience Rob's had on the television, he's still not playing well. Like, that's a bad shot. But if he starts flying, that's the one. It'll start knocking him in. His positional play's been not as good as it normally would be.
We all know Rob is capable of potting them off the lampshades, as it were, Pat. And when he gets going, like Andy, he's hard to stop.
I know, I've been on the receiving end of both of them. All right, he's starting to flow now. If Andy loses this match now, he can only blame himself.
Lovely use of the side on the cue ball. Simple black in the middle pocket. Rob McKenna pulls back another frame. It's now 5 frames to 4 in favour of Andy Croasdale. Yes, Andy Croasdale not chewing his gum quite as fast as the earlier frames, Pat.
He's been drinking Coke all night. I think he needs a couple of brandies after them last couple of frames. And then again, I say that, we've got his father here, Michael, who I first met, as I say, when Andy was about 10, and he made a lot of money on him. Where he used to bring him to Jersey and places like that and put a 10-year-old against all the experienced professionals playing at Speedpool. And we all lost money to him.
Okay, frame 10. Andy Croasdale breaks off. And possibly for the first time in this match, he hasn't potted a ball from the break.
Even there, you could see the break. When I was saying earlier on, when he was breaking, I've never seen breaks like it. And even there, you could see he was a bit tentative about the way he's broke the balls. I think, even though he's 5-4 up now, I made him a certainty. I asked you to have a bet, and you wouldn't have a bet. I'd like to back Rob now.
You're not having that one.
Typical Welshman.
Well, he's my bet, really. I mean, we do play for the same pool team in Cardiff, in Rob's club. Aptly named McKenna's pool club.
Yeah, I've been down there. Lovely club. I'm still waiting for him to buy me a drink. I've been down there about 10 times.
Rob McKenna on yellows. Studying how to move the yellow against the cushion and nearly touching the red.
That's a great shot. What he's got to try now is try and develop an angle to take this bad red off the cushion.
I think you mean the bad yellow, yeah?
Yeah, just testing you, Paul. That might actually go in. I think he can get past that. Yeah, he can, yeah. He can get past that red to take that yellow along the rail. That's what he's played for. What I'll try to do is take this now and cannon off the red, hold himself for the one in the middle.
Yes, the camera angle now shows he can get past the red. And the ball held up on the opening of the pocket. It's unfortunate there for Rob McKenna.
You can see the difference in his play now. He's starting to stroke the balls in. What Andy's doing now is what he should have done earlier on the easy shots. Is just have a little walk around the table, have a think about it. And he wouldn't be in a position of 5-4, and well, he should be really about 7-2 up. I can just see in his arm there, he's getting very erratic now. Earlier on, he was just stroking them balls in.
Yes, Pat, he would have hit that a lot softer early on and probably got the white to react a lot more just by good cueing action.
Well, that's loads of pub players. What they think is that if they're trying to screw the white ball back, is that they think to themselves that they've got to. The harder they hit the white ball, the more screw back, and they'll get on the white. But it doesn't work that way. It's all down to good cueing. If you're cueing well, you don't have to hit the ball hard.
Okay, an excellent snooker laid by Andy Croasdale. Rob McKenna looking at a two-cushion escape.
Yeah, he'd be looking for a two-cushion escape now, trying to hit the yellow, which is nearest to the middle pocket. I fancied him hitting that. This gives Andy a great chance. This game so far just seems to be a game of mistakes.
The foul by Rob McKenna gives Andy Croasdale a chance to pot McKenna's yellow ball over the pocket, opening it up for his own balls.
What he should be doing, he'd be playing the plant, he's red onto the yellow. Right, it's a great chance for Andy to get back into this game now. Even though he's winning 5-4, I could see the game slipping away from him, which is unusual. But that's me knowing Andy the way I do. As I say, like, he's a confidence player, and if a couple of things go wrong for him, he does tend to let his head drop. Let's just hope he can put these away now and get some confidence back. Right, the only problem I can see here, Paul, is he's going to have to leave the red on the rail. This is the problem, Paul. Right, he's on that perfect. Little stun there off the cushion. That's it. He's screwing for the black into the same pocket. Got awkward bridge in here. I still fancy him putting it away. Yeah, well played.
Well played, Andy Croasdale. He moves in. Andy Croasdale moves into a 6-frames-to-4 lead. The referee making sure the balls are all tightly racked. When they're tightly racked, the balls break a lot cleaner. He's now very happy with that and puts the ball ready for Rob McKenna. In view of the camera, it's one of their stars sporting a very nice hat. That's Johan Christensen from the Gibraltar pool players.
Yeah, that's the captain, Paul. Leading by example.
Unfortunately, Rob McKenna has broken off again and the white ball has found its way to a pocket.
Well, there's another chance for Andy. Bit of confidence going again now.
Andy takes a yellow. He now has to nominate.
We'll be taking yellows, definitely. Well, he doesn't want to leave himself bridging there. This is a test of cue arm. No.
Difficult shot bridging over a ball when they're that close, Pat.
Yeah, it's the hardest shot in pool. It's got like what we call it is it's a Chinese snooker. Even though you're not snookered, i.e. like you're not behind the ball, but it's just bridging over a ball. They call it the Chinese snooker, but it's the most difficult shot in pool. Right, Rob needs his another. This is down to Q action again now. You can see a bit of a snatch there by Rob. Right, it's a great chance for Andy now. This one into the middle. Right, a little stun shot now to get on his last yellow on the rail.
And the little rolling black into the centre pocket. Frame to Andy Croasdale. Andy Croasdale moves into a 7-4 lead.
Just talking about the Gibraltar team, I'd like to thank on behalf of all the professionals and all the teams that have come over from Great Britain for a great show what the Gibraltar committee have put on for us, the council and everyone else. And I can't wait to come back.
Yes, I second what you say there, Pat. They've been great hosts. Sorry Pat, as frame 12 gets underway.
Right, Andy's potted a rod there, but the first thing on his mind is he'll be trying to go game. He doesn't know no other way. He'll be trying to disturb that red on the cushion, which he's done successfully. It's whether he's left himself a pot. That was a great shot, by the way.
Tremendous power shot there by Andy Croasdale.
It all depends now whether this red passes the yellow. If it does, game, set and match. No. The ball's starting to run against Rob now as well. That yellow's gone near to the black. If that would have come out anywhere else on the table, it'd have been over. He'd be trying to look now for an angle to disturb that yellow. Right, that's the angle now. You can disturb that yellow now near the black. That's a great shot. It's going to be a very thin cut. It's whether he can control the white now to get position. Because he won't miss this.
An unwanted kiss there, Pat, but he stays on another ball, so he's quite happy. Frame continues.
Right, now the shot now is he's got to leave an angle on his last yellow. Which he'll be just screwing this back to leave an angle to screw the last red up towards the black. I think he might be a bit straight on it. I can't see it with this camera angle. And he's got down very quick. Yeah, he's played that perfect. It's a great shot because he's very straight there, so he's had to give it a bit of left hand bottom to make an angle. Oh, he's got a kick there. That's unbelievable. You can see at the moment, like, no one really knows in snooker or anything why kicks happen, but you could just see the way the ball just spun around there. Some people say it's because of the chalk, which lands on the balls, or static. No one really knows what it is. But that's...
Pat, it's easier to notice with a numbered ball in pool, where you've got the two colours on the ball. You can actually see the ball kick. Whereas in snooker, where they use a plain ball, it's harder to detect with the eye.
Right, thanks very much, Paul. You're the professional now, then. And as he left the angle now to get on this last red, what he'd be trying to do is get on the red into the top right-hand pocket. He's played that perfect. That's a great shot. Rob will be absolutely gutted.
Andy Croasdell takes another frame and increases his lead to 8 frames to 4. Frame 30 gets underway. Rob McKenna breaks. Powerful break from Rob, but unfortunate yet again. Nothing finds its way to the pocket. Open table.
Do you fancy the Welsh boy coming back from this pole?
It's very difficult to come back from here. It's every frame needed now, and Andy's presented with a chance to wrap up the match at this first visit.
Take it that means no, then.
I think so at this stage, Pat. Take a brave man to bet against Andy from here.
I've been very impressed with Andy. There's one man who'd be very pleased if he does win this, which I expect from there anyway. And that would be his father. I think Andy's got a lot to thank his father for over these last years. He's took him to every tournament, everywhere. I've never seen a dad support a son the way he does.
Yes, Pat, we see him all over the circuit. He's in the second row with a yellow shirt, which our cameraman will no doubt pick up at some stage.
Well, he's tried to clip that red there, Paul. I think he might have snooked himself.
A mistake there from Andy Croasdale. He's looking to come off the side cushion, Pat, and making a plant with the two reds.
That's unlucky. Well, I'd fancy Rob clearing up here. The funny thing is, even though Rob isn't like his 8-4 Dan, and he hasn't played well at all, he seems to be curing very well to me. His arms running through, which is essential in the frame of, like a game of pool.
As you stated earlier, Pat, the break is very important now, and all the breaks Rob has made, he's only potted once from the break.
Well, that's the difference in this game. All right, little run through now, just to get on the black in the opposite middle.
Frame to Rob McKenna. He pulls back to 8 frames to 5. Frame 14, Andy Croasdale to break. Another pile driver break. Yellow drops into the middle pocket.
Straight away you can see the problem. If he's going game, which no doubt he probably will, as he always does, is the black. But if any man can get these, this young fella can. I can be honest here now, if he gets this now, it'd be the best clearance I've seen this week. And I've seen some good ones. In fact, I can tell you the best clearance I've seen this week was from a fella called Neil playing for Gibraltar, which I think was showing on television. In fact, it's one of the best clearances I've ever seen, never mind about this week. But I'll put this one ahead of it, and Vandy can knock him out. He's halfway there anyway. That's a brilliant shot. No, he's been unlucky. He tried to get on the one on the cushion there. You might go for the lunatic double here and try and disturb the black. He's got the treble.
Well, the prediction was right, Pat. He did attempt it, but Andy got fortunate and got the treble, as you say.
Well, that's the thing. When you're going for a double, there's times where you can be well out and you get the treble. But that's the way the balls run. It's all part of the game. Flukes.
Now he's facing a very difficult last yellow, Pat.
Well, the only good thing here is now that this, when he takes this yellow on, the red will hold for a shot on the black. I'll hold him for a shot on it. He's getting flukes all over the place. I think Andy will even hold his hands up there and say that he didn't mean to go in off that red, even though he hasn't held his hands up yet.
This black is a little tight, Pat, but I think Andy is well capable. Yeah,
it's tight, but if he gets it, if he hits the black in the right place, it does go. He's still looking at it, but from where we're sitting, I think she'll just creep by as long as he hits it right. And it's going to be the best clearance I've seen all week. Well, he's overcut it. And he's been lucky again not to go in off. Right, big pressure on Rob McKenna now. I think you'll see Rob will have to go in off the black with this red, just to get the black away from the pocket because the pressure's too much. Leaving the black over the jaws, because them reds are not easy. And he's trying to drop it straight in. That surprised me.
He wanted to retain position on the red in the middle pocket, Pat.
What he's got to do is, the ball on the top right pocket, he needs to leave an angle so he can screw into the two bad reds on the top row. It's going to be another great clearance if he can get it. Right, he'll automatically be left with the angle now after dropping that last red into the middle. Now he just needs that little touch of fortune, which he hasn't had a lot of all night. There we go again.
As you say, Pat, he's not had much luck tonight.
He hasn't had a lot of luck at all. But it's what I was saying earlier on. If he's left nothing there for error at all. Like if he'd have took that red in off the black and took the black away, he's always got place to hide. We're leaving the black there. He had to get the clearance, and it was always too hard. Or not too hard because Rob's capable of getting it. But as I say, one bit of bad luck is what he's just got there. I can't believe he's trying to cut this in. I can't see where he's going.
He spotted an angle, Pat.
He's going to have to go for a mad double, is my prediction, and hope that that red comes out lucky for him. And the way his luck's going, I can't see him getting it. Good night, Mr. McKenna. Concession.
Yes, Rob McKenna concedes the frame. Andy Croasdale wins the match by 9 frames to 5. And welcome to the Victoria Stadium in Gibraltar. We have Andrew Felici, the referee for tonight's game, and we have Steve Saunders from England and Rona McCarthy from Northern Ireland. This is the first semi-final in the professional tournament here in the European Championships in the Victoria Stadium. The referee now is about to toss the coin and get the game underway. This is a best of 15 frame match. Rona McCarthy is a plasterer from Kirkcuddian, I believe, in Northern Ireland, and Steve Sanders runs the Ilford Snooker Club, which is now called Break Snooker Club, in Ilford, London. I'd like you to welcome my co-host for the evening, Pat the Chat O'Kane, and I hope we can stop him talking during the evening. Good evening, Pat.
Good evening, Paul. It's lovely to be here. I'm expecting a great match between these two. I know that they're sort of experienced players who've played against each other a lot. I wouldn't like to pick the winner.
Okay, the referee's starting the match, and Rona McCarthy is to break. Okay, yes, this first of 9 semi-final of the professional match. Rona McCarthy has broken off and nothing's gone down. Steve Saunders has nominated the Reds.
I'd expect Steve to clear up from these, Paul.
Yes, they seem to be well spread around the table. Steve, a well-accomplished pool player, should have no problems in dishing, as we call it in the trade, Pat.
Yeah. I'm just looking at it now, Paul. I think this is quite basic for Steve. It's a nice start for him, get his confidence going straight away.
Yes, he's left a little... What do you think, Pat? A little roll in?
Well, I think he'll take the one there, what he's taken there along the rail, then to get on this dodgy one, which is in the middle. Yeah.
A little drop in. And for the next red across the table.
He hasn't played that as well as he would have liked.
It's an awkward cue in here with the little roll shot across the middle of the table. And Pat, I think, has played that to perfection.
He's played that perfectly now. What he'll do is run down the table now for the black. A little bit of side on the white ball.
He's in prime position for the black. And Steve Sanders pots the black for to win the first frame.
That's a great confidence booster there.
Okay, Pat, Steve has broken off in the second frame. He's managed to pot 2 reds from the break. He obviously stays on reds. What do you think the next shot will be, Pat?
Well, he's just got one tricky ball now. Steve's having a look to see if it goes. If this red there... Right, that's the bad red now out of the way. He's cleared the pocket for that now, so it should be basic again. He's just got to worry about the positional play now.
Yes, he's got a long shot to the top corner and screwing back.
Well, he's quite fortunate there. I think he's landed on the red in the middle of the table there. If he has, he's been very lucky.
He's going to use the yellow to stay on the next red here, Pat?
I think he's looking to go into the red.
Okay, Ronan McCarthy. He's only been a professional for 2 years. He's already provisional #1 in the professionals for next season. He finished his first season ranked #4, which is no mean feat by any player.
There's another one, Ronan, I've known for years. I've been trying to get him to turn professional for the last, 5 years, where he's renowned as the best money player in the country by far. He's probably got more temperament, or the best temperament that I've ever seen anyway, for playing pool.
That's a great skill shot there, Pat. I think he would have preferred the white to come back out and onto the next ball.
He's been a bit unfortunate, Paul, but I still fancy him getting this.
You say about his temperament, yeah, there's not many expressions on that face of his, is there?
No, not at all. I've yet to see one yet. I think the viewers or anyone who's watching will know by the end of this match that you won't see much out of his face anyway. Right, he's thinking about going for the double here. Probably in off the red if he can't go. That's a great shot.
Played at perfection there.
That's the one thing, when you've got a red near the pocket and you're going off a cushion, there's always the chance it makes the pocket bigger, because you can always go in off the red, even if you're slightly out on the straight double.
That's a screw back for one pocket, one corner pocket. Now he's left with a similar type of shot, or maybe a little stun shot, Pat.
Well, I think he'd probably be taking the black into the middle. Just a little bit of left-hand side. No, I think he's going for the black for the same pocket.
Frame to Ronan McCarthy. That's one frame more. Andrew Felici, referee of this evening, is from here in Gibraltar. Ronan McCarthy to break.
Right, he's potted 2 yellows there, Paul. So he'll have to be on yellows. Right, this is another clearance I'd expect Ronan to take out. I've got to say, I watched him play in the quarter-final against Mark Jones. I think Mark played very well, but it's probably the worst I've seen Ronan play in all the years. He was actually showing some signs.
Yes, I think we might see a run out here from Ronan. A little screw off the side cushion and down for the last 2 yellows. Do you see any problems here?
Yeah, the tricky shot, Paul, now is getting on this last yellow. Which he's overrun that, Paul. He won't be potting that unless the only shot I can see now is if he plays a double down to the left-hand bottom pocket.
Yeah, it's not an easy shot, Pat. He might even look for a safety shot if possible from this position.
Well, I think the only shot he's got is a double. If he plays, I don't think there's anywhere safe on the table. So it's all or nothing on this now. There she goes. That's unfortunate. Right, leaving an easy clearance now for Steve. He doesn't miss these.
The professionals, Pat, they regularly clear the table. Is a different game to watch completely to the amateurs.
The thing with the amateurs is, like, they're playing in their pubs and they're probably all the same stand and that, but when you come up against the professionals, in most pubs you go into, there's always the best player in the pub and then the best player around the tan, and they don't really know how high the standard is. Like, by watching these two now, you'll see that where a pub player would probably have a problem with this, you'll see Steve would be flying around the table. They're just ABC to him.
And a little stun shot now on the last red. Black in the opposite corner pocket. And 2-1 when it drops to Steve Sanders. Okay, Steve's broken off and potted 2 reds. Seems a popular figure tonight, 2 reds in a couple of the frames.
No, this is not as easy this time, though. Off.
And he's wobbled the shot down the rail.
I think he's quite happy that didn't go, Paul. So the big problem Steve's got is the yellow over the bottom left-hand pocket. It's whether his red passes Ronan's yellow. I think if he was 100% sure that it passed, he'd have gone for that. Plus, he's got the problem with the black as well.
Oh, I think he's overdone that a touch. What do you think, Pat? Can we see from this camera angle?
I think he just got away with it. Oh. You're talking about tactics. There's no man better than Ronan if it comes to a tactical game. So I think Steve will be trying to keep away from the tactical game. I'd say Steve's the far superior putter. Right, this is the big problem ball now. Right, you can see the problem there. It was very tight.
And I think that firmly puts Ronan in driving seat here. He's got time to position the balls and wait for the right opportunity, Pat.
Yeah. See, Ronan's got the one dodgy ball, which is the yellow near the black. So I would have thought that he'd be trying to, like, disturb there. So then go game. He'd be looking to go game next visit.
In fact, he might have laid a snooker there, Pat.
Yes, he's played a great shot. And he's also took the bad ball out.
That's a great shot there by Ronan McCarthy.
You don't often see Steve miss them straight across the table.
Well, that's 1 free shot and 1 visit to Ronan McCarthy. He can pot his opponent's ball or his own. He can even play the black without potting it. So Ronan's in a great position here. I think he may elect to move the red here. Pat, what do you think?
Yeah, you're right, Paul. He's starting to play a cagey game now. If all the games went like this, I'd fancy Ronan. If it develops into just a potting game, I think Steve would be big favourite. But this sort of game, I fancy Ronan all day. The black's not easy either. It's definitely not easy now. I think he'll be playing the snooker here, unless he can get through to this. Oh no, he can get through, I think, can he? On this top right-hand ball.
Well, he's looking at it, Pat, so I think your calculations could be right.
See, now, by kissing that yellow, he's left himself a big problem, because he'll have to play the plant on the 2 in the middle. So it all depends where... Well, he's playing the snooker, that's the correct shot anyway.
And slightly